All right, Shalom, Shalom, blood ones. I'm going to give all praise up an hour. Yahweh Shemashak Yahushua, Bashim Kakwadash. Peace and blessings to all the blood ones baptized in this new covenant for the remission of sins. And today we're going to be going into Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 through 5, which basically is the Great Commission in the prophets, beloved ones. It's basically the Great Commission. See, that this is why the Lord had the beloveds go to all nations, because what? It's prophecy, beloved ones. We're going to teach the other nations this word, man. And this is why you have the word spread throughout all the world and churches every damn where. Even though they're Gentile churches, they're still all over through this world, man. I mean, all throughout the ghetto, beloved ones. When I go through the ghetto among Jake, all I see is the Church of Antioch. Like, they got literal churches called the Churches of Antioch. I mean, you know, of course they might be Hellenized and uncircumcised, right? According to the old covenant. But what? They have obviously the faith of this word, because what? You know what I'm saying? They're speaking of things of old, man. The Church of Antioch, like that's insane. You know what I'm saying? They got different churches, man. Like, I rode past two churches I seen that was called the Church of Antioch here in Cleveland, Ohio. Pretty crazy, man. All right, so today, you know, we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 through 5. And it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established," right, in the top of the mountains. All right. And where does the Lord dwell at? Where's the Lord's house? The Lord's house, right, is what? Yahweh Shah, first and foremost, and the beloveds, man. All right. My Father dwelleth in me, and I am my Father. Okay. So it says that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. And this is twofold, because, you know, this happened during the Great Commission. You know, we was teaching the nations, you know, the word. And this is going to happen, in the homeland as well. All right. So it says that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established at the top of the mountains, which is going into the New Jerusalem, to be honest. This is talking about New Jerusalem coming down. All right. And shall be exalted above the hills. And all nations shall flow unto it. See that? They're going to do what? Flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, "Come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways." And when did that happen? When the Lord sent out the Great Commission. All right, now they're learning the ways of the Lord. This is why you have a lot of people calling themselves Christians, because they're claiming to follow the Christ. They're claiming to have the faith of the Christ. And you can't, you know, tell somebody what their heart is. You know, the Lord knows people's hearts, man. And he's going to be the one to judge people's hearts, right? You could judge somebody's flesh all damn day, but really the scriptures tell you it's of God's mercies. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this thing is of grace, man. All right? So it says, "Come ye and let us worship and go to the mountain of the Lord, the house of God of Jacob. He will teach of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem," right? Who's the word of the Lord? Yahweh Shah. All right, so we're going to be what? Learning about Yahweh Shah, which is this word and law. "And he shall judge among many nations, and shall rebuke many people." All right, it's the same stuff you read about in Apocrypha. Yahweh Shah says, "My son's going to rebuke these nations," and all that. So part of the rebuke is what? Learning this gospel, but also another part of the rebuke is going to be what? The Lord destroying those that don't believe of the nations, right? And this is what Jake's probably Jake's love. That's the part that Jake's love, right? All the war and the destruction, chaos, the purge. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jake want. Jake want to get their sword wet. Jake want to slime some shit out, man. All right. The Lord is going to rebuke many people, man. A lot of nations during, the wars and Armageddon, the Lord is going to destroy a lot of those nations, man, and their weapons. All right, and those that's left of after that, they're gonna be forced to serve the Lord or get sent to the spirit realm, man. All right, so it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Meaning they could, hey, instead of using weapons, they gonna just start what, basically, doing what they call agriculture, farming. They're gonna be planting our gardens and things of that nature, right? For the Lord, right? Pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. See that? So they're not going to be learning war in the kingdom, beloved ones. The Gentiles, the slaves ain't going to be, like you guys call them, the slaves. They're not going to be bucking up and, beating people's asses or going to war with each other. And, Iran president has been killed, and, Hezbollah. You're not going to be hearing about that in the kingdom, man. All right? Scripture says they're not going to learn war anymore. All right? So this prophecy hasn't been totally fulfilled because the nations are still got to go to war with each other and all that, right? And all the evil that Jake is, likes to hear about. All right? But at the end of the day, Scripture tell you the nations are going to learn this word, man. So with that, shalom.